Hello, bestie. I hope you are well. Today, I am doing something different. So, last week I challenged myself to go for a Toastmasters meeting, and when I got there, I was given a topic. And during my delivery of this speech, I froze. I didn't know what to say, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I try this on YouTube and I just Google some random topics and then talk about them? So, I have my phone here. And okay, I'm gonna go and find a question. So this one, would you rather have less work or more work that you actually enjoy doing? I think for me, I would rather have a lot of work that I enjoy doing, because for me, if I love doing something, it won't even feel like work. Before I know it, I'll be done and wanting more, because what is nice about doing something that you love is it activates your passion, it gives you a lot of energy, and it gives you a purpose that you can use to serve the world. I didn't know. I wonder how much time did it take me to do that, because with the impromptu speeches in Toastmasters, it takes about a minute to two. I'll see when I'm editing. Okay, so let me give myself a second random question. Where do you find inspiration? For me, I find inspiration with I find inspiration from my kids. I love my kids so much. And when I look at them, I always want to give them a better life, a life that I never had. When I am tired and not motivated to go to work, I go there because I know that their future depends on me putting in the best work possible. And I know that by me being disciplined and being persistent, and when I keep going even though it's tough, I am teaching them as well that sometimes you don't have to feel like doing something, you just have to do it because you know that it is the right thing to do, and you know that your future self will be so proud of you for doing that. Thank you. Oh, I feel like I'm in the role. Maybe it's because I'm alone and I'm not nervous. Okay, let me do the third one. What is the difference between living and existing? I think existing is when you're just breathing, but you don't have a purpose in life. You don't have the courage to get out of bed. And I think when you are facing depression or anxiety, you are probably just existing. Or when you are dealing with a sickness that is dire, you are probably just existing. You don't have the courage to go out there and do the things that you love. And then living, on the other hand, I think it is being grateful. I think it is being aware of the moments that you are in. It is about doing the things that you love more. It is about taking care of your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, all the things that revolve around you. I think also living is about trying new things and knowing that even if you fail, you're going to learn from that. I think living is about just finding joy in the mundane, smiling when you see a beautiful butterfly passing by. It's about being mindful of what you're doing and listening to the waves if you're someone who lives nearby the beach. And yeah, that's my take. Okay, let me go to number 3. Okay. What do you want the most? I think for me, what I want the most is money. I know that people say that you cannot buy happiness, or you cannot buy love, or you cannot buy whatever with money. But I feel like money solves a lot of problems. And I think as a society, it's about high time we stop vilifying the love of money. Money is good. Money is going to help you to do things that you love the most. And I'm not gonna lie, there are times where I feel like if I were to win a lottery right now, I would quit my job. I would stop doing some of the things that I'm doing just now just because of money. Sometimes I think, am I a slave to money? Because I go to work sometimes, even if I don't feel like it, just because I know that I'm going to get paid. And when the debit orders come in, I ask myself, is this what I'm really living for? Like, isn't there a higher purpose that I could be pursuing? And I think the freedom of having money helps you to not be in the survival mode, but instead to be in a creative mode where you ask yourself, how can I fulfill my life today? What can I do without being forced to go and work just because you're broke, just because you are hungry? And I think what I love the most about having money is that when you have money, you are safer, especially as a woman, in a world where when you don't have money, you end up being attracted to men that have money just because you know that they will pay for your bills. But when you have your own money, you're able to say, nope, I don't want to be in this relationship because I know that, for example, I don't have feelings for this person, and I want to be with people that I want to be with because I know that I can depend on myself financially. Oh, I feel like I'm on the flow, even though some of the things that I said didn't really make sense. Okay, let me get two more questions. What do you love the most about yourself? I think what I love the most about myself is that if I start something, I finish it. Okay, if I had told myself that I'm going to do something, I follow up with that. And that is really a great skill if you are someone who wants to build a great life with a good foundation. And also, if you are able to be disciplined, then you will keep going even though it might be tough sometimes. You will keep going and you'll keep trying, knowing that even if there are hurdles on the way to your success, but the more you become familiar with what you're trying to do, the better you will become. So I love how I persist. I love how I'm disciplined. I love how I always strive to finish what I had started. Okay. Oh, okay, let me do another one. What makes you proud? What makes me proud is looking back at where I come from. When I look back in my life, there were times where I could not look myself in the mirror because I had made so many bad decisions in my life. I could not look myself in the mirror because I was not authentic to who I am. I did not like facing myself because I was lying to myself so much. I stayed in situations where I should have not stayed. So when I look back at that and I see the growth that I have accumulated through doing mirror works, through journaling, through doing self-love rituals, through facing myself, through meditation, praying, and all the things that have to do with self-love and self-care, now I'm able to look myself in the mirror and just be so proud of the woman that is looking back at me. And for that, I am so proud. And I'm so glad that the past version of me took the leap of faith and believed in me and went out there to start the healing journey. That was so vulnerable. Okay, let me do. Okay. Let me do three more. Okay. What is your favorite song and why? My favorite song right now is I don't know the name of the artist. No more shucks. I don't know the name of the artist. I'm gonna put the name on the description when I'm editing, but the song that I love right now is about gratitude, and that song reminds me of how the things that I have right now are things that I have prayed for, and the things that I can be grateful for are things that are as small as just having a playlist that knows me more than other people, having a warm cup of tea, having this moment, being alive, breathing, being able to dance. I really love that song. It has been on repeat recently. I just forgot the name right now. Another song that I really love is the one by Jay-Z, Forever Young. I love that song so much because there is a line that says that when the director says cut, then I will be okay. I'm paraphrasing. It's not, I don't think it really says the line like that, but for me, what that says is you have to live your life in the best possible way on a daily basis, so that when God comes to fetch your soul or your spirit, then you know that you have not left anything undone. You know that you've done your best. You know that you're okay with dying just because you have given it your all. So I love the song so much. Okay, my battery is dying on my phone. Okay, let me do 2 more before my battery dies. What white lies do you often tell? White lies that I think one white lie that I often tell is when someone is asking me if I'm okay, I always say I'm okay because that is my default. But sometimes I'm not okay and I want to vent. But also the other reason why I always say I'm okay is because when someone is asking me if I'm okay or not, I'm not sure if they are open enough for me to tell them exactly how I am feeling. And also sometimes because I love a lot of personal development books where you have to be positive. So sometimes I know that I gaslight myself to thinking that I'm okay, even though I am going through the most. And yeah, that is what I can think of right now. Wow, today's video is so different. Okay. When did you not speak up when you should have? Oh my God. So last week I was at the gym. I hope that girl does not watch my channel. But I was at the gym, right? And then this girl said to me, "What is going on? Are you okay? You're losing weight." And I was like, oh no, I think it's my leggings. But like I really felt uncomfortable because for me, I don't like it when people comment about my weight, especially if it's negative. Because what I have noticed is that as human beings, we feel comfortable in the way we look until someone tells us that this part of ourselves is not perfect, and they are saying that because of their projections, because of what they think we should look like. But if we are comfortable in who we are, then other people should not have a say in how we look, whether I am gaining weight, whether I am losing weight. If I have not invited you into my weight gain or weight loss, I feel like it is a courtesy to just keep quiet and to mind your business. So I didn't say anything in that moment, but for me inside I really felt like, wow, why are you commenting about my weight? But I was not outspoken during that time. I didn't say, hey, please don't talk about my weight ever again, because the way it sounded from her, it looked like it was someone who's concerned to say, are you losing weight? Are you stressed? What is happening? But for me, it really did not rub me the right way. Let me know in the comment section if you've also experienced something similar to that. Okay, let me do 2 more, then I'm done. What's one downside of the modern day world? I think one downside is because there's a lot of internet, a lot of devices, AI, and everything that is happening. Sometimes with the younger generation, they don't get the time to be creative. They don't get the time to be mindful. They don't get the time to listen to their thoughts and just create something from their mind, not from the AI or all the tools that they are bombarded with. Also, with social media, I feel like the younger generation is more likely to be doubting themselves because they're comparing their lives with people's reels, with people's highlights, not knowing that it really takes hard work to be successful. It's not just something that happens overnight, but with social media, we see that people blow up overnight. We see that people are suddenly millionaires, not knowing the work that they've put in behind closed doors. So I think that is one downfall that is happening in the modern days. Okay, let me do the last one. How would you describe your future in 3 words? I think I would describe my future in 3 words like this. Number one, love. I hope that in my future I will have the love of my life. I will be experiencing so much laughter, so much joy, and I feel like in my future, another word that I can describe my future is healthy. I think the work that I am putting in right now with meal plans, with eating more protein, more veggies, going to gym consistently, even on days when I don't feel like it. I feel like I am putting in the reps for my future to be just so proud and so much healthier than even the healthy version that I am right now. And the last one is confidence. I think with the work that I'm putting in right now, when it comes to making sure that any promise that I've made to myself, I do it. I feel like I am building so much confidence in myself, and there will be a point in my future where I just look back at this moment and just be so proud because I have put in the work, and I love myself and I'm healthy. I feel like my future is really looking so bright. Okay, I think that is the last one. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think of this kind of videos, and would you rather I do this maybe on a live and then you give me the questions and then I answer them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, tell me if you have ever done Toastmasters, if you've ever done impromptu speeches, and what is your formula, or how do you make sure that you answer those questions seamlessly without freezing? Have a day as beautiful as you are. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. Until next time, I love you so much. Goodbye.